Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 1 in the Symphogear G reaction series. It's a new entry today. Wah! Very exciting stuff. So finished season 1. It was, I don't know any other word to describe it but epic. It was very epic. And yeah, we're moving on to a new entry today. I've had a little look at the new staff and didn't really find much. There's a new director. He's called Katsumi Ono. He did episodes 4 and 9. I'm not really sure what I can gather from those. Episode 4 from memory was like... Jeez, what was episode 4? Let me just find out quickly. Okay, I have since looked at episode 4 and episode 9, and there's kind of a weird connection here, right? They're both deeply emotional episodes, I thought. Well, okay, episode 9 was kind of our, breath of fresh air, kind of our, Tsubasa's going to live on and sing and do all these other things, and, bit of growth for Tsubasa. It was good. And episode 4 was kind of, hey, Tsubasa's going to sing her superb song and kind of like sacrifice herself, and then Hibiki's going to find out a lot of things, and then she's going to need to rely on Miku for a lot of stuff. So yeah, some emotional episodes there for sure. I wonder if that's kind of the vibe we're going for going forward. Don't know. Speaking of vibes going forward, I've got the key visual. Let me just get it up on screen. I don't know if this looks very good at all. I might put in a new one in post, I don't know. But I got my mouse here so I can kind of point some things out. So the most striking thing for me is that it looks kind of similar to the last one, especially in our color scheme. Bit darker maybe in the blues and the yellows and that kind of thing. We seemingly have many new characters. Okay, so let me break this down. Hibiki. We know Hibiki. That's Hibiki. That's cool. I'm pretty sure this is Chris. We're gonna call her Chris. Hello, Chris. You're Chris. You're cool. This seems like Tsubasa, but her face is a little bit weird, so it may not be. But I'm pretty sure it's Tsubasa. And then we get on to our new characters. We seemingly have, I don't know. Is this another Chris type situation, maybe, where it's a character that's initially a little bit off the grid and then is brought into the fold? I'm just looking at the kind of bump my own hat. I'm just looking at the eyebrows there, kind of pointed in, angry, right? Is she angry at our team or somebody else? And then we have seemingly plucky, like dark magician girl in the middle. So we'll see where that goes. Sure. And then these two in the back, I'm gonna say are antagonistic. So this to me reads like a FINÉ, but again, I could be wrong. And this reads to me like another Chris type situation, maybe somebody being corrupted by FINÉ. And again, these are just predictions. And hopefully these are fun for you, knowing all the answers. Either way, there'll be more time for blind speculation later. And instead, I'm going to, do a bit of a comment summary, see what you guys had to say about episodes 11, 12, and 13 from last week. Bonnie2132 really enjoyed how episode 11 comes like right out and hits you with the ridiculousness. It's like, here's the ancient story of FINÉ, and here's like some Babylon shit, and here's like, I don't know, FINÉ's like unkillable, but Genjiro is like also unkillable, and then you know what I mean? It's just like ridiculous, like to the point of almost parody. But I think they hit that tone right. It's not funny. It's just like awesome. I don't know how they do it, right? This was probably one of the most like popular through lines of the comments. This was by Fusel, Flare Knight, Otro, Kasogtha, and I could have missed some more people. It feels like a season finale. This is directly quoting Fusel. It feels like a series finale. Well, each season, besides 4, was supposed to be the last one, so yeah, it makes sense to feel like that. And yeah, this is something that I learned before that I probably should have remembered going into this. So I should expect more finalistic stuff going forward. So this first season, it wasn't intended to spark a franchise, right? And once they learned that, hey, we can get a new one, maybe, they got a new one, and then got another new one, and then got confirmed for 2 more seasons. So season 4, it's the only one that really is gonna like flow into the next, if that makes any sense. Kasogtha also implied that there was maybe 2 endings, so it's very easy to see the cutoff point at the end of episode 13, where you still believe that Hibiki and Ko are dead, and then that's the ending. But instead we got it seemed very tacked on the end. It's like, hey, we actually survived and there's going to be more. Which I'm not mad about, that's funny. And it's good that there's more, so I'm happy to have that little inconsistency just to, keep the show going. Bonnie2132 also talked about the story of Babel, which is apparently something that people knew about before this show. I'd never heard it before. it really involves this kind of concept of a universal language, and again, we can apply a lot of these ideas to Symphogear and Hibiki. So yeah. Seraph Amoros goes into the history of Babylon, which is the thing that FINÉ turned into, and kind of read out the kind of Wikipedia entry, which described FINÉ's like monster form to basically a T. So makes a lot of sense there. This was probably the next most popular through line of the comments, and it was basically in every single comment, which is, we're only getting started. It only goes up from here. Please be excited. There's more stuff on the way that's hype. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to watch this new episode. And yeah, Bonnie2132, Newt, Otro, The Random Internet, and Jeremera were the people that commented that I wrote down, but there was like basically everybody. Seraph Amoros also talked about how superb songs are made up of like ancient language pieces like pushed together, and if you listen to Hibiki's, you can hear references to the Curse of Belial as well as FINÉ. Maybe talks to a deeper connection there, maybe. I liked Flare Knight's comment kind of going into these different self-sacrifices and how they are different to the ones previous in the show and are actually way more reflective. It should be a self-sacrifice when you have no other options and for other people rather than a lack of own internal self-worth. Flare Knight and Bonnie2132 also said that the military get better eventually, but their main job is basically slowing the noise down. Bonnie2132 also said to look in the openings for extra stuff, extra little tidbits. So I'll be keeping my eyes out. There should be a new opening, a new ending today, you would think. Another thing Bonnie2132 said was the elevator shaft, kind of hidden in plain sight, was really cool, and it's something that, again, I should look for going forward. There's going to be more stuff that is hidden in plain sight that may not be initially obvious that I'll need to kind of think about. So, again, excited to see what that entails. Vitaly Kuzmin listed a bunch of time codes and, gave some humorous anecdotes and the like. Kind of challenging the notion at the end of his comment as well that this was a weak season, which again, I don't. It's weak probably relative to the other ones, which isn't weak overall. I thoroughly enjoyed Symphogear Season 1, so looking forward to the rest. He also talked about kind of these fake deaths and enjoying it as part of the build-up into our epic climax. It didn't really bother him so much as it, and personally, I think they held them for the right time, right? So I went, they're not gonna kill Chris, right? And then Chris stays dead for a while and stays dead and you're like, oh my god, maybe they killed Chris. And then just as you start thinking that, Chris shows back up. It's perfect. There was some praise for the fan subs from Bonnie2132 and Kosogtha, and yeah, I really enjoy them. Kind of these color coding of the certain lyrics in the songs. I think that's really good. Translating all the songs, and again, seems like a pretty humorous, I guess, translation as well. Had me giggling for sure, so we'll take that. Kosogtha and Luna also talked about how FINÉ whipped the moon and did some calculations, and FINÉ would have needed to whip the moon at like a tenth of the speed of light. So again, just a normal day in Symphogear. This is another comment I basically copied verbatim by Kosogtha. Do have to correct one little tidbit, just to prevent any confusion later. During the discussion, you got the order of things a little backwards. The noise weren't the cause of him inflicting the curse of Belial, but were created in the wars and chaos that came about after the curse. So, curse happens, then noise generated, not gods don't like us because noise was generated. There's something else that we did to sever the connection with the gods. So, was it just war in general? Again, we're going to need to find out. I'm sure it'll become more clear as time goes on. Luna also talked about kind of these three girl joke character people. They are apparently here to stay, and it's a good thing that they're here to stay, apparently. They got a little on my nerves, but it is what it is. Luna also kind of talked about Itaba's arc and how it mirrors the audience, which is cool, especially with kind of these anime meta jokes. So yeah, you kind of hit despair at the same points that she hits despair, and then hit hope when the same time that she hits hope. It's good. And the last little comment here from Bamps, who just suggested some stopping points, basically, which I'm going to try to follow. If I get to say I start next week and I start episode 2, and I'm like, this is awesome, I'm going to watch more. But other than that, I'm pretty happy to do one a week for a little bit, just through Christmas. Again, I don't know if I've said, but I work in retail, so very busy at the moment. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to forego a lot of the summary except for bare essentials, which is, hey, the three girls are alive. FINÉ has been thwarted somewhat, but will be revived in another form, you would imagine. Hibiki kind of went sicko mode with the white armor. We'll see where that goes in the future. And basically, nobody actually stayed dead, which is good as well, because I like the characters. So, it is what it is. And just some predictions going forward. Time for baseless, and I mean completely baseless speculation. So, I have nothing to go off of except for that key visual, which I'm going to say there's going to be new characters. What a prediction. There will also be a new location because kind of the location from last time got leveled. Maybe a time skip? Maybe a small one? A couple months, maybe? Other than that, not much to go off. All three girls should be there. The Disaster Squad should be there. Some new characters will be there. There'll be some noise to fight. Maybe we'll get some insight into what FINÉ is this time because we are aware of her presence. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But not before I do my show stuff, which is if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I can do to improve my presentation, comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join the Discord for the schedule. It should be mostly Saturdays now, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Just very busy on a Friday. I need to change the kind of schedule in the description as well. It's not entirely accurate. Either way, I'm rambling. I should jump into episode 1 of Symphogear G, which I will do right now. So I've got episode 1 of Symphogear G up here ready to go. Let me pop that up on screen. 23 minutes and 41 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly. As always, there will be a picture-in-picture version provided below. I just got into my file set as well and had another look. I will be doing those OVAs after the season. So again, if we weren't clear on that, that is what I'm doing. And just because we're starting a new season, I'll reiterate that I'm using the D-Truck subs, which have done nothing but good for me so far, so I'm not going to stop the ride now, if that makes any sense. Either way, gonna give it a 3, 2, 1. Right here. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Black screen. Something about a Rengo? This is already more cinematic. This is a time skip ahead to something. Excuse me? Ooh. Harmonies again? This looks like another relic? I was gonna say it's Hibiki, but I don't think it's Hibiki. New characters? Yeah. Maybe the one on the key visual? Yeah, right. That's giving me like haunted doll vibes. And the lyrics to the song, I'll be reading those later on for sure. You seemingly saved that other character's life, maybe? I have some ideas about what's happening here for sure. That I will extrapolate later. Really beautiful intro there, though. Oh. Space. Excuse me? This is a bot? What is happening? We love the English. This is very much like a musical right now, right? Aren't you part of the Disaster Squad? Yeah. Are we on Saturn? What the fuck? Or is the person singing on Saturn and we're on Earth? I hope we're not on Saturn. That's a bit of a... Oh my god, Genjiro looks jacked. Good old Solomon's Cane. Who is this scientist guy? Three months ago, okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Yes, Chris. So true. But we've moved on. We're okay. Yeah. Sundere up. Hell yeah. Sick. Alright. We are transforming. Thank you, Hibiki. There's music. Hello? Yeah, okay. Yeah. They kind of came in and said, we're gonna fuck shit up. What the hell? This is sick. Hell yeah. Yeah, why is Symphogear so cool? It's like she, like, Pokemon evolved. Combo attack? Oh my god, is that like bagpipes? This is a energy-full opening to this season for sure. Nice combo attack. All the songs so far have been bops. And yes, I will be reading lyrics. That is Giga Zeppelin? Sick. Get it because it's flying as well. They said there was something hiding in the noise that was after them. Megadeth Party? They're more legible this time. That's nice. Billion Maiden. Of course, I can read them. It's like I put on the glasses for the first time. I can actually read. Okay. Are they not doing that? Interesting. So they've kind of like evolved. Noise with a specific purpose. So they told these noise, hey, go after Solomon's Cane. What? Oh shit, into the tunnel. Thank you, Hibiki. It is, yeah. That is very action movie. What are you planning, Hibiki? What are you planning? Okay. Well, I mean, they probably can't see through until they're like right there. Yeah. Super punch. Come on, man. This is so cool. This is probably my favorite song so far. Okay, can we like calm down for a second though? It's kind of been pedal to the metal. Yeah, she's the best, baby. Good. Okay, let's just. Oof. My heart's gone like 200 beats a minute. I have no reason to do so, but I don't trust Scientist Moon. I don't trust this Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass motherfucker. Stop. Thank you, Hibiki. We're still doing this Christian thing though, huh? Okay. Okay, maybe he's not evil because he's openly crazy instead of hidden crazy. Okay, is he an American? Oh yeah, she's probably singing in America. Is this the embassy? Yeah, okay, it's the American embassy in Japan. I agree. What generated it though? Remember how I said I wanted it to calm down? Anyway. We're still in. Oh god, look at all the noise. Yeah, it sucks to be those guys. I'm sorry, Subasa, we may need to cancel this concert. Who is you? You're the new character that was singing. Did you have the cat ears? Didn't we see a Sacrist D before? Sacrist S, Solomon's Cane? Mamu? Uh, okay. Sure. Okay, I see. There is some trickery afoot. It is unclear. But I would imagine yes, somebody did orchestrate it. Maria. It's like this is similar to episode 1 of season 1. Same like location. I don't think she's stupid. Yeah, it's a question I'd ask as well. Okay. She's smart though, Tsubasa. You are lying though. I think the details are going to come to you, if I had to guess. And this is that same relic as before. Is this Mamu? If you want peace, prepare for war. What is happening? I wonder where Mario is from. Hey, it's these characters. So she's Japanese. Okay. Well, yeah, obviously. She's got some shit on the menu. Tonight's a special duet. And then we charge it. Are we trying to charge something again, like Nahushtan, maybe? Queens of Music. Okay, this is gonna slap. Are those sword microphones? Tonight we will unite the world? Okay. Yeah, this is cool. Okay. This seems expensive again. Yeah, get those glow sticks going. These two are seemingly on good terms. I thought it'd get a little more like catty and diva-y, maybe. Ignition. The vocal arrangement's really awesome. But mostly, this is just a good time. I'd go to this show. Still, the lack of CG is a little bit strange for the genre too. Not that I'm complaining, of course. Okay. Thank you, Subasa and Maria. Okay, Ataba loves it. I am Ataba. The mic feedback effect there was cool too. Oh, it's nothing, Subasa. Thank you. Okay, you're like way more intense. Keep up with me if you can. It's more of like a threat. Oh god, they love her in the Middle East. Or like, was that India? I'll go back. Did she just say where she was from? I missed that. The true power of music? I see. Okay, you seem sus. Yeah, that's pretty sus. Why would you outwardly be so evil? That's insane. Don't panic? Who are you? Hmm. Hmm. Two characters from the thing. It is an anime. Shut up. Okay, cool. See the things in the. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Heard you get to go to the concert after all. I would agree, considering that they're noise that have like an objective. So no mics at the moment, so they don't know what they're saying. I mean, she's right though. Tsubasa would save anybody. But we can believe in a better future. Come on. I agree. Oh shit! We're gonna take over the world. Oh, as Japan? Maybe? Okay, now you are transforming. With the power of the Symphogear. Okay? it's that waveform, everybody. Gungnir? What the hell? Okay, that's interesting. I am Hibiki 2. And also Kanade 2. Oh, I like the cape. The cape's awesome. What is happening? Not Black Gungnir. We are FINÉ. Excuse me? FINÉ is multiple people? The Gungnir girl. And okay, no visual on the ED, but maybe a song. Okay, I see. From memory, this is what happened in episode 1 of season 1 as well. That episode was insane. We wasted no time getting in, did we? No time at all. Don't get settled. Don't sit at all. We're going full gas, pedal to metal. And as a result, this episode was some gas. It was fire. Um, the music upgrade is to me insane so far. I'm liking the songs way more than season 1. We are FINÉ. Interesting. Hey, look, it's Evan Cole. I like Evan Cole. As, of course, I'm a member of Elements Garden. I'm sure somebody will tell me, but who is, like, the Maria Singer VA? Because she's insanely good as well. There it is. There's my logo. Oh, post-credit. Yeah, what is this skull? Rightio, time for a little bit of analysis on episode 1 of Symphogear G. So that was episode 1 of Symphogear G, and it is insane. Insane is the word for it. Like, we went so quickly to. I thought we'd be in this place by like episode 3, like meeting the antagonistic force and some plan being put into process. I thought would maybe introduce the setting a little bit more and talk about the characters and what they have to go for in the season. Nah, fuck that. We're just going. Like, that's crazy. That's craziness. But again, it's not a criticism. That's awesome. I love that we're so confident that we can do something like this. Why don't more people talk about this show? Like, that's insane. So there's many different directions I can take this discussion. I think the most prominent is around the new characters. So just in general, we have this seeming mum character. She called her mum, like a British person. Also, there is seemingly like two people also in that like van that had like things on their chest that looked like they were maybe also involved. And then there's the very important line right at the end. We are FINÉ. Are all of you together FINÉ? So you're different aspects of FINÉ. And again, no spoilers for this, of course, because I want to discover this myself. But that's a very interesting concept. So again, the thing about FINÉ is FINÉ's cards are seemingly all on the table. So we needed a drastic new direction. I think this is a really cool one. When I'm talking about cards on the table, I'm kind of talking about this whole tower idea, right? Where, hey, I'm going to build something to get me closer to God and maybe attempt to destroy the moon again to end the curse of Balal and all this other stuff. But maybe there's a different way we're going to do this now. There was seemingly shots of Saturn that I want to go back to because a lot of this implies that this season is taking place on Saturn, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case considering that Japan is here and the US. So those places aren't on Saturn. But I want to know what the deal with Saturn is. Are we like from space? Is there some kind of alien concept here that we need to consider? If we're going intergalactic, that's cool as well. But also, what are we doing? Black Gungnir? How? Can you replicate relics somehow with whatever this skull thing is? We also must talk about that starting scene, which seems to be a good enough place to start watching the episode again. So we will do that. But of course, before I pause it, I must mention the music. I think the music is a massive upgrade from season 1. It was probably one of my main sticking points is that I liked the music for what it was. You could tell it was a Symphogear song, but it wasn't something I would listen to on my own time. And that's up to personal taste, really. These songs hit. I want to add these to my playlist right now, but evidently I can't. But all of these being on Spotify, that is only good news. I will be adding these songs once I finish Symphogear for sure. And I have a lot of songs to read as well, so I might as well get started here. So we have the first song here, which is a kind of acoustic piece, seemingly with two singers, seemingly a duet, involving apples. The apple floated in the big broad sky. The apple crashed down on the ground. Are we talking about maybe an Adam and Eve esque apple? An item of temptation? A forbidden fruit, perhaps? See, originally I thought this character in the background was Hibiki, and then I'm like, okay, we're doing like a skip ahead to when something tragic has happened. But that it seemingly is not the case. It seems like the tragedy was, again, still in the past, but with these characters that we don't know yet. The presence of this relic here is important because we see it on the computer screens later, seemingly kind of this skull type operation. Don't really know what the purpose of it is, but we're going to find out. It's something that seemingly is important. Is this the apple that they're talking about? Maybe the forbidden fruit? Potentially. The stars were born and then the songs. kind of the same star idea from season 1, where we've got all the girls in the ED reaching up to the stars, as well as the shooting stars, of course, the whole Miku Hibiki thing that they have going on. To me, this looks like they were doing some experiments on a relic somewhere, maybe not in Japan, and something bad happened. Somebody got awakened, maybe a FINÉ type operation. The stars were born, and then the songs, and the Lulu Amel could smile forever. Okay, this whole Lulu Amel thing again. I would need to go back and watch the other episodes. I'm still unsure what Lulu Amel is, and please don't tell me. I'll kind of figure it out myself. But yeah, still carrying over these concepts is my point. So yeah, this person here is seemingly transforming. This character here seems to be Maria. Okay, so we're maybe harnessing her sing power. A younger Maria. Far younger. Because she's got the hair, right? It's like the cat ear type haircut. And the lyrics, of course. Then the stars kissed, and the songs fell asleep. What do you mean by this? Where is my home? Okay, Big Apple fall. Stars fall. Stars, Lulu Amel. Where is my home? I don't know. Seemingly alien-esque to me. And okay, then we see this character. I don't remember seeing this character on the key visual. I don't remember seeing this character on the key visual. You do bleed from the mouth when you sing a superb song. Maybe that's what's happened here. Yeah, she seems almost doll-like here, like a almost horror movie. Cool. Then we have these characters that we saw later. This is seemingly the older lady character that is involved as well, seemingly in a wheelchair. Can we talk to this incident here where this maybe falls on her legs and causes her to be disabled? Maybe. And then we repeat our lyrics. The apple crashed down on the ground. So yes, seemingly some baggage supposedly with this character here. But how is FINÉ involved? What happened there? When were you awakened to that? Was it 3 months ago? We will see. Yeah, all in all, that flashback seems extremely important. So that's why I took the time with it. It gave me some ideas about some stuff to carry forward, but is still pretty vague to my knowledge. And here on screen is the next biggest hit that we may be going a little bit larger in scale. This is Saturn. There is seemingly a hole in Saturn that is like got some structure in it, maybe? It's hard to see. And then this song starts, kind of starting with the vocoded vocals, which I thought was a really great touch. And yeah, this is a bop. I like that it's completely in English as well. See, right here, that shot made it seem like she is performing right now on Saturn. Is this even the same character, or is this a different cat-eared idol? It's unclear. And again, that shot selection, that's why I was so confused that to begin with. I thought we were on Saturn because the shots make it unclear, and in the end it's clear that it is Earth, I think. And yes, of course, the lyrics. Lost in a world, gone astray. Questions, nothing left to say. But still tomorrow remains. And then we go into the song proper. Falling to pieces, a shattered dreamland. Nothing but shadows now. As night starts to fall, open your eyes to a brand new nightmare. Try to escape, but how? As light wakes us all, what does the future hold? Again, things seem bad from the lyrics, and again, it's very start of a story, right? It's very musical. So we kind of start with this Apple reprise, and then we're going to start with this big banger, get the audience's attention, and kind of introduce a bunch of the questions for the season going forward. A fallen world once bold. Can we escape this cold? The rhyming's a little bit suspect, but sure. And there's this character, Dr. Ver, that I do not trust at all. But maybe I do trust, but maybe I don't trust. Because the events after he gets the relic seems like something that somebody that has Solomon's cane would do. You know what I mean? We're going to give you Solomon's cane. Okay, bye. We're also at the American Embassy. And here we go. There's a bunch of noise show up. I don't know. Seems suspect. Fate abandoned, when will a new sun rise? When will we realize how many dreams must die? I don't even know how much knowledge I'm even retaining from this song, honestly. It's just going over my head a little bit. Again, I'm sure it makes sense later in context. But on screen right now, hey, there's two characters I know and they're back. It's Hibiki and Chris. So the conceit of this scene is basically, hey, he's holding Solomon's cane. The noise are after Solomon's cane. Who's controlling these noise? Is it the same party that's controlling the noise later at the kind of concert? I would imagine so. So do we have a third party here in Dr. Ver, who is also generating noise? It is tough to know. From those shots before, it seemingly is Maria singing this. That would make sense to me. It's weird because it's a non-diegetic piece of music, right? It's not happening in the scene. It's seemingly a separate, different music video interlaced with the kind of battle here. The lunar attack shook the world 3 months ago, and the Japanese government have since disclosed the Sakurai theory, seemingly meaning that other countries had access to Symphogear stuff. Again, this is all starting to connect. That's not why we have Black Gungnir, but it kind of explains why somebody could be a Symphogear. Other countries do have the technology now. Interesting, seems like a pretty good excuse to have more idols in the show, more girls and that kind of thing. Not going to complain, new characters makes good season, so yes. Most of it is still shrouded in mystery. If we can analyze this arc scepter we recovered, Solomon's cane, we may be able to find out a new way to fight against the global menace that is the noise. Yes, we may, yes, but also I think you don't want it for that. So Chris is still feeling guilty about, her associations with FINÉ last season, and Solomon's cane in particular. It makes sense. But of course, Hibiki holds hands, as she likes to do, and makes it all okay. Good Hibiki moment. Look at those eyes. Just about the most tsundere thing I've seen in my entire life was on screen just now as well. And then some noise attack, and we jump into our first transformation sequence of the episode. And yeah, they didn't come to, take part. They came to take over. You know what I mean? Like, they came to fuck shit up with these. This is a massive upgrade on season 1 again. Like, just from a, directorial standpoint, a visual design standpoint, an effort standpoint, a budget standpoint, basically everything. And it is one of the most hype things in the show so far for me. See, like, this kind of sheet music that's also, like, chip technology. You know what I mean? There's also like history shit in the background. You know what I mean? It's just like cool. You know what I mean? It's just like cool. It's just this is for cool people. This show, and yeah, there is our new Hibiki. Same as the old Hibiki. She seemingly got this like scarf thing going on that she didn't have before. So we'll see what happens with that. They set up this idea of the combo attack that they have to set up and execute later on. And yeah, here is a new song from Hibiki. It seemingly uses a lot of like bagpipes, which is an interesting choice. It's like a bagpipe banger, almost Eurodance in construction. And yeah, let's have a read of the lyrics. I clench my fists tightly. 1000% thunder, I unleash my full power. 3210, a single straight line is the shortest path. Or a single straight line, the shortest path. Like a punch, maybe? Her happiness shows the way. Why does it have to be me? Who is her? And why does it have to be me? Do you not like having to do this? On this path unwalked. Okay, I see. So why does it have to be me on this path unwalked? Why can't I be doing something that somebody's done before? It's scary walking into the unknown like this. Okay, that makes sense. There's no answer. These limits are only yours. So Chris shoots a bunch of these kind of things, and they split apart, and we're going to make it rain. And just as they make it rain, kind of the song hits its peak. My heart shakes the world. My heart sings fiery, calm and chill. My mind is set. Even if it costs me my life, I feel the warmth of your hand in mine. These are yellow, so again, I'm thinking it's Hibiki. Again, we know about warmth. That's definitely Miku. Okay. So even if I die, I still feel your warmth. Okay. What do you want to leave behind for others? Just look at the future, stand proud as a flower. Okay, isn't flower Hibiki's whole thing as well? And I will say right now, kind of these borders are really awesome. And the text is legible. I can finally read the attacks, which, doesn't seem like a big thing, but it's a big thing for me. Like I don't need to like squint It's good. There is seemingly this alpha noise that they're trying to take down as well. Seems like the big bad in this little fight. Here's one of the most important things going forward. It's clear to see that these noise are being compelled to work towards a specific objective, which is different, right? Normally they're just on autopilot, like kind of zombified, like we're gonna kill things, we're gonna kill humans, that's our thing. But no, somebody is controlling them, and that's very scary. And we kind of see that party later on, and their kind of idea is world domination. So that's bad. They enter a tunnel, which kind of sets up the kind of peak action scene of the episode, in my opinion. So the commander has a combat manual, and it says, hey, we're going to release the carriage once we're in a tunnel to try to destroy the enemy that's chasing behind. And then it's like, hey, this is just from an action movie. And yes, the commander would do such a thing because he loves his movies. But Hibiki has a different plan to execute here. So the idea here is that once this noise kind of phases through this carriage, it can't see, right? And we're going to use it as cover. And we're going to use it as cover to do like the hyper punch. So, yeah. The other thing I want to note is that seemingly Hibiki has a permanent costume change to this white form. She is seemingly upgraded for good, maybe? And then that links more into our kind of white Hibiki and then black Maria slash Gungnir. So we'll see where that goes. There's seemingly two sides to this one relic now. And this line, my heart shakes the world, and then the kind of, again, the music drops and it's awesome. So that's the important stuff. That's what Hibiki believes in this season going forward. I see. My heart shakes the world, kind of got this fiery element to it, and despite it all, I still feel the warmth of you, which is Miku. So while I'm fighting, I'm just thinking about Miku. Cool. And yeah, Chris is very impressed. Hibiki pulled off an epic maneuver. So they're called the Heroes of the Lunar Attack, which is the climax of last season. And yeah, this guy, I forget his name already, evil scientist Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Man. We're not trusting him. It seems that Hibiki is easily swayed by the most basic of praise, though, which is, always nice. And then he kind of starts to lose it a little bit. Like here, great heroes carrying on the hopes of all mankind, and he's kind of got these crazy eyes. I don't know if this is too obvious, but this guy seems bad news. I'll be sure to make good use of the cargo you protected for us. Like, come on, man. This seems too obvious, right? From these two flags here, we see that this is probably the American Embassy in Japan. We can even read it. Okay, U.S. Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni. I see. So it isn't an embassy, it's a kind of a military base of the US in Japan, which I think exists a lot in the south of Japan, from my knowledge, I think. So maybe this is a real base. Either way, they're like, hey, we're going to go to Tsubasa's show, and then this happens in the background. Guess we're not going to Tsubasa's show. The weird thing here is that these are now US troops. Why would the US release noise and then make them fight their own troops? That doesn't make any sense. So maybe it's again this third party, or not the third party, the actual villains, the kind of FINÉ group, knew Solomon's Cane was here, and now they're trying to steal it back from the US. Either way, we change over to this scene, and we see a familiar-ish character, I believe. Or maybe this isn't the same character at all, and I'm crazy and on math and can't recognize stuff. I don't know. Either way, this is Maria. She is an idol. She is co-performing with Tsubasa, and she has an interesting phone conversation here. We are ready. We can begin as soon as Sacrist S is here. Okay, so this is the confirmation of what I thought before. So, okay, evil scientist guy, maybe not so evil. These people, very evil, because they just stole Solomon's Cane. That's what Sacrist S is, I believe. Okay, Mum, let's set the stage for the end of the world. Alright, let's do that, for sure. Thank you, Maria. However, Dr. Ver has gone missing. Okay, alright. So, Dr. Ver could be associated with this FINÉ group and gone missing because he gave them the thing and then betrayed the US in the process. I see. Okay. Maybe that's what happened. Again, all will be revealed. So I've kind of just become cognizant of why this is really fucked for Tsubasa as well. It's another one of, hey, we're going to do this concert. It's your first, duet concert in a while with somebody that is secretly also using Gungnir. So, and has some character design similarities to Kanade, but is, more evil, obviously. So I could see where this would be traumatizing for one Tsubasa for sure, especially considering how some of the other concerts have gone in the past. So, two big name celebrities being broadcast live to major cities around the world. Maria is a world famous singer and will be performing at tonight's special show. Seemingly from the dialogue later, she's also just Japanese as well. They're both just idols. I like this scene from Tsubasa as well. She's not stupid. She realizes something's afoot, but, doesn't pry. She's like, okay, fine, I'll just do the show. It's whatever. Even taking note of the kind of glasses and what he does with these glasses when he's talking about certain things. Just nice stuff from Tsubasa. She's not dumb. She can figure these kind of things out. Cool. Then we see this truck waiting kind of in the wings outside of this new concert hall, which is pretty cool looking, actually. And then here we go. All right. So this is the same relic from the flashback before, and it's the same relic that is shown at the very end of the episode, so it is seemingly very important. I'm just guessing it's a relic. It seems like a relic to me. To me, it's infused with a lot of these ideas of the apple, of the forbidden fruit. Maybe I'm wrong in this respect, but this is what it seems like to me anyway. And here, this lady is seemingly watching the same performance that we saw before. So clearly is Maria, I think. And then there's that little bit of, I think it was Latin or something. If you want peace, prepare for war. So you're finally here. We've been waiting for so long. That's what the lady said. Interesting. So it's Maria Kadenzavna? Maria Kadenzavna. Eve. Maria Kadenzanva Eve. Maria Kudzen. Let's just call her Maria. We're struggling a little bit. My point being is that her name doesn't seem strikingly Japanese. It almost seems Latin American, maybe? Or at least Spanish. Yes, Itaba and her merry men are still here as well, still being quite obnoxious, but I digress. And Hibiki, of course, doesn't make it to concerts because that's basically her kind of shtick at this point. But it's nice to see Miku. Miku's back. Hey, look, it's Miku. And then we hop into one of the best things I've ever seen. Like, this performance is so sick. So, we're kind of dueling warriors with, like, mic swords, and we're going to sing battle at each other. Which, again, becomes very literal later on. But here it seems performative, but yeah. It's cool, is my point. It's really cool. So, and this is another genuine duet as well, which is cool. Again, some of the vocal melodies here, just fucking awesome. The arrangements, and they're both two fantastic singers. So, yeah, this is another bop. Probably again, like these two songs, or 2, 3, 4 songs, how many songs are in this episode, are kind of the best songs in the show so far. Which says something, right? I like the direction we're going with the music. I think it's a huge upgrade. So they're kind of singing about uniting the world in a way, right? But again, Maria does the exact opposite later on. Yeah, look at this visual design. This is, again, looking at our ancient stuff that we have going on with like FINÉ, even down to the stage, like dressing. We've got these stairways to seemingly Saturn. So sure. But yeah, talking to a lot of the same concepts, kind of reaching into the heavens, wanting to communicate with the gods, all this other stuff that we've been talking about previous. But still, Saturn with this giant hole in it. I'm wondering what the significance is. The light of the chipped moon has questions to all of us left behind. I'm trying to pay more attention to the lyrics that Maria is singing as well. So, interesting. Interesting for sure. But yes, of course, this is kind of mirroring the first episode of Season 1, where we're going to do this elaborate idol show that is seemingly very expensive and very well produced. Again, this whole episode's like a kind of visual spectacle to get you in again. I don't know who watching Symphogear Season 2 would need to be convinced to watch more Symphogear, but it is nice regardless. Yeah, very impressive episode, this first episode here, for sure. So then we kind of hit our second half of the song when we hit that Burn Bright ignition. And then we've got down the bottom the kind of subbing changes here. Burn bright, burn alone, there is no destiny. So I think it's interesting that we've kind of got Tsubasa. You can take her lyrics and the lyrics of the song in general in a positive direction, and then you could still read these as very, like, worrying from a Maria direction as well. Interesting. Kind of these two sides, right? And yeah, there we are. Sing your Phoenix song. And okay, I think I've paused on something very important here. I see, I see, I see, I think. That there kind of looked like the relic again. So is it something to do with a phoenix? A phoenix gets reborn, like FINÉ maybe. Interesting. It's interesting, right? Because I did a lot of phoenix metaphor stuff for Monogatari recently as well, so it'd be interesting to see if we use much of that. Seemingly, it is very similar to the skull, the phoenix, I think. I think it's a skull. They say it's an apple. I don't know. It's weird. The relic that the evil people have. And yeah, if I was at the show, I would be going crazy like Itaba as well. Again, talking to her role in the story as kind of an audience surrogate. I wonder if Tony Glazer was involved in preparing the show. Again, I still don't trust the bald man, but we'll see if he shows up again. Again, here's the most direct piece of contrast, right? We have Tsubasa's line. Every day your support inspires me to do my very best. That's why I hope my songs can give a little inspiration in return to everyone who listens to them. And then Maria, I'll make my songs reach all around the world. So, again, seemingly the same concept, one seems more sinister. I like how we're flipping it. I think it's cool. And she seemingly has massive fans all around the world. She is extremely popular, probably way more popular than Tsubasa. So here we are in Paris. Here we are in Times Square, seemingly. And then, yeah, next to the Taj Mahal. So it was India. I think it's the Taj Mahal. Maybe I'm just racist. Seemingly is India, though. We must show everyone the power of music, power that can change the world. Very much so. We're going to see how it changes the world very shortly. I get the feeling this is going to be one of Maria's gimmicks, is she's going to be flipping her cape a lot and skirt a lot and doing these kind of dramatic poses, and I can't say I'm not a fan, so this is going to be cool. So yeah, she is seemingly evil, but also she says this line under her breath, right? Don't panic. And then she urges everybody later to not panic. Again, it's seemingly we've come to take over. We're going to use the noise as a kind of method to do this. We don't mean you as humanity any harm. We see this as the elevation to the next stage, right? So I don't think, okay, I think they think that they have noble goals, right? Obviously, we're going to oppose the goals. That just makes sense. But it's interesting that we now have a villain that isn't openly evil for the sake of being evil, is instead maybe a little bit multi layered. Probably more literally multi layered, considering it's implied to be all of them at once, is FINÉ. But now we can finally set our plan in motion. We see these two characters here. This thin one on the right is seemingly the one from the key visual, and maybe this is like the Dark Magician Girl type one. I don't know. God, I made 2 Yu-Gi-Oh references this episode. That's crazy. I don't even like Yu-Gi-Oh. This character, I seemingly still don't know her name, brings up the great point that seemingly the Solomon's Cane attack and what's happening here is connected, considering noise is being controlled in both instances. So, it's interesting to me that they've kind of set up the situation where Tsubasa could almost be kind of an accomplice in all of it, right? Because they're on stage right now. Maria's kind of done some shit. If Tsubasa then lashes out and then the noise attacks the people, she could be blamed. I think that's what they're trying to do here. Tsubasa in the end doesn't care, but again, there's more stuff going on. Also wanted to point out this frame because Australian flag, so hooray, Australia exists in the Symphogear universe. That's cool. So the Japanese government disclosed the technology behind the Symphogear, but nobody knows the users. So Tsubasa again would out herself as a Symphogear as well, potentially putting her in danger and her singing career in jeopardy. But again, Tsubasa doesn't care, she will still fight. If everybody had the guts to fight for each other like you do, the world might be a better place. Might have been a better place, but now we're going to move to destroy the world. Okay. So again, jaded by the human race, essentially. You've got some baggage, for sure. We have dominion over all of the noise, thus we claim rulership over all the countries throughout the world. They dominate the world, we control the noise, we'll kill you if you don't say yes. And using kind of this broadcast to the entire world to display this message. And this is what I thought that they were doing here, is that they're both Japanese and that she's trying to turn the entire world against Japan using kind of the Symphogear noise technology, but that seemingly isn't the case either. I don't know what Maria's deal is. I don't even know where she's from, so it's a little bit weird. And now we get Maria transformation sequence as she sings her little song, and it is revealed that she is a Symphogear. Again, the technology's been out there, so it isn't inconceivable that there's Symphogears that the Disaster Squad didn't know about. But here's the important part for me, it's Gungnir. What the hell? So that's crazy. Seemingly we have some relic copying stuff. I know that it's like a relic fragment, so maybe there's more fragments. Again, it's hard to say at this point. There was also kind of Genjiro screaming Gungnir as well, which is similar to the first episode of season 1, so that's fun. Yeah, I like her costume. I really love the cape as an addition. Her color scheme's cool. Similar to Hibiki's costume in some ways, but again, very different as well. Kind of got these braces on the hands. And there's the line, "We are FINÉ." She says "I," pauses, then says "We are FINÉ." So are you just one aspect of FINÉ? Are you FINÉ herself? Are you being controlled by FINÉ through this mom character? It's unclear. Yeah, we are the ones named the End. Your entire group. That's what I'm perceiving this as. Very, very, very interesting. So, I want to get a little bit meta here. We have multiple character designs that are singers, that are, characters that are Symphogears, that are FINÉ. I think we're going to need to come to a solution by the end of this season where we don't merely just kill off these characters like Ryoko again, right? I don't think that they would kill off these idol characters. You know what I mean? I think they're more interesting if they're still in the story as people, as characters going forward into future seasons. So we'll see what happens there. We've played fast and loose with people being alive before, so we'll see how that goes. But again, this is thinking very far ahead. For right now, it's like a what? That's like the craziest moment of the episode. FINÉ is back, it's episode 1, and it is seemingly multiple people. And then, yeah, that's the end. I'm probably going to do the ED lyric stuff at a future episode, kind of once I have the visual to accompany it. But for right now, we're just going to kind of end. The Gungnir girl, which isn't who you think it is. And then, yes, right at the very end, we get the logo, which I should put on the thumbnail, you'd think. This is nice because you can just put this straight into Photoshop. That'd be good. And yeah, we're still kind of pausing on whatever this relic is. Again, I had my ideas about it being the Phoenix. Maybe I just paused on a weird frame that made it look like the Phoenix, but we've also got a lot of Apple stuff going on. We are seemingly using this relic in a similar situation to we have in the past on the other girls, on these girls during that flashback. Again, they all will be revealed, but it is in the brain for now. So yeah, what did I think about episode 1 of Symphogear G? Very good. It was kind of pedal to metal, very fast, very frantic. Awesome music. The production value kind of upgrade is visible, which is nice. Got some good Hibiki and Chris stuff. Tsubasa's still, Tsubasa, which is nice. And we got a bunch of new characters to worry about. Again, probably the most striking element is the music. I think the music is way better. There's lots of plot threads to follow going forward. I wonder where we're going with all of this. And I guess we'll have to see by the end. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was really good. Either way, I wanted to thank you very much for watching this week. Just my show stuff quickly. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I can do to improve my presentation, comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join the Discord, talk about Symphogear in the Discord, and I'll probably end up doing replacement polls in the Discord and the like very soon. So, something like maybe a Chainsaw Man, when that's done, I'll do a poll in there. So if you want to get a seat early, please hop right in. Either way, thank you very much for watching this week, and I'll catch you guys again next week. Thank you very much. I'll catch you again. Bye.